Hey guys, welcome to another episode in the playthrough of PGR4. I will do commentary after finally, but I'm not sure if it's even theoretically possible, but finally completing this or winning this otherworldly difficult speed challenge. I will explain afterwards. Alright, so we need a 150. This is a good attempt, or through the first three. 150 I think is theoretically possible through the last one, but it's still super hard. And the problem is I have to have a feel for like, okay, will I make it or not? Because if I am like if I'm missing 1/10 of a kilometer and I cross the finish line, you cannot start over afterwards anymore. So it is really tricky. I really have to feel for, okay, is this a good attempt, and then just go for it over the finish line, or I have to abort and still have time to brake before the finish line so I can turn around and try again. Because if I cross the finish line not making it, then I have to stop the emulator, stop the episode, restart the emulator before it autosaves, because otherwise you cannot start over. Retry. Anyways, here we go. 150. I don't think that is... It didn't feel slow. This is such a tricky corner because all your momentum is in that steering. And then you get onto the gas while you're still steering, and then the car just starts to slide around, even in third gear. It's just crazy. But these are the opportunities I need to seize. 150. I only see that once in every 50 attempts or something. damn it, man. Man, these drifting physics, they are really pretty good. Also the sound in this car is pretty epic. That supercharger whine. Nope. I need a better fucking line. Alright, time is running out. Fuck me, man. Can I please do it? I've been at it literally for the whole day. Literally. My whole Sunday. Nope. You see, car starts sliding around. No way! Whee! Yes! Yes! Yes, yes, yes! Holy fucking shit! In the pocket! Holy motherfucking shit! Okay, fuck me, this was crazy. This was totally mental. Holy fucking shit. No way. Jose. Wow. This is really wow. It may sound a little bit over exaggerated, but I will now, I think I can, while the recording is running, please don't crash recorder, but if I make it windowed mode, I'm going into my recorder folder and I will add up the time I've spent. 1 second. So it was all today. 1:15, 20, 1:30, 1:50, 2:10, 2:30, 2:40, 2:50, 3, 3:10, yeah, 3:15, 320, 330, 340, 355, 420, 450, 610, 620, 630, 645, 650. Yeah, so 6 hours and 50 minutes this cost me. Let's say 7 hours I've been at this the whole day, from waking up till now. It is now 9 o'clock in the evening, with a little break in between maybe, but this one was crazy. In the previous episode we did this, this is just a professional event. The first event was very easy. It was an overtake challenge, the first. So this is like a 4-event championship or series, whatever it's called. The first one was an overtake, super easy. Then in the previous episodes, I initially mixed up the car. I thought, okay, let's try a different car. So I did the Spiker C8. I spent the whole episode trying to get the, by the way, 1 second, there I may have made a small mistake in my counting or not. No, I don't think I did. No, it's indeed 7 hours. So we were driving the Spiker C8, and I really spent a long time trying, but I was missing, because you have like 4 speed traps, and each speed that is recorded per trap is added, and the total needs to basically needs to be around 770 kilometers. And in that Spiker, I was 40 kilometers short. And I was like, okay, is it then even winnable? I don't think it is. And that is indeed how this game, I think, works. Not every event is winnable if you don't have a competitive enough car for the discipline that the event is. Like, be it drifting, be it or you need grip with the cone gates, or for this type of event you need acceleration, grip and top speed. You can just bring a car that will not allow you to win if you bring too slow a car. Maybe a car that is super good at drifting but doesn't have a high top speed doesn't stand a chance here. And the target time is not dependent on the speed of the car that you selected. It is just, it's the same in that Spiker or in that Mercedes. It was both around 770. And that is also, by the way, why I sometimes, I'm not even sure whether I did it in this recording, because I discarded all many 7 hours worth of footage, so to say, because often I crossed the finish line but not in first, and then you cannot start over anymore. So then I have to stop the recording, restart the emulator before it autosaves. So all those tidbits of recordings I discarded. But what the hell was I saying? That is also why I sometimes restarted the race before it even began, because the target time is around 770, but there's quite some variation there. It can go from 6, the lowest I've seen was 666 or something, and the highest I've seen was 677. And that is a huge difference. And so basically I knew that that Spiker probably was just not competitive, so I luckily made a copy of a save before this event started, the whole championship started, because after the first race it autosaves and you are just stuck with the car for the rest of the events in that championship, so to say. You cannot mid-championship change your car. But luckily I made a copy of the save file before it started, so then I used that, and took the fastest car from the tier, and that is this COK DTM Mercedes, which has 7 out of 10 acceleration, 7 out of 10 top speed, and I think 5 out of 10 grip. So I was thinking, okay, this is, I think it's D tier or something like that. This is a D tier event. I have the fastest car that you can have, so this should be doable. But even with this car, it really is not doable unless, and that's why I also restarted the race, if you get like a target time of 777 kilometers, I can almost guarantee you it is not doable. I think maybe if everything goes fully right, if I add up all the best times of all my separate sectors throughout all my hundreds of attempts, maybe then you can get to 777. But no, I don't even think you can, to be quite honest. Anyway, so what I didn't notice that if everything went right, that I got quite close. If I had a favorable target time, so around the 670, preferably 668, 669, then I could do, if everything goes right, 150 through the first speed trap, then 160 through the second, and then before the start, not the start-finish straight, but the long straight, I would be at 310 kilometers in total. There were a few 3 attempts that I actually was 312, so that was super quick. But then you have that very fast left-hander just before the straight, where you don't want to lift, you want to keep full throttle, and it's really easy to clip either side of the road, the barrier. So that often I had like this super amazing first 2 speed traps, but then screwed it up in that corner onto the straight. But anyways, so I did 310 was really good for me getting to the third speed trap at the end of the long straight, and this car basically does 3.9, if you're very lucky 3.10, but mostly 3.8, 3.9. So if you do 3.8 plus 3.10, what I did from the first 2 speed traps, you end up with 6.18. And if you have a target time of 770, that means if you have a 618, 770, you need 152 kilometers in the final speed trap after that hairpin corner. And that I tried it a lot, but that actually really, it is hardly doable. A couple of times I got within half a second. So I really was like, okay, it is possible. I just continue to try. And especially my calculation from just now was based on 770 total target time. And then if you do 318 after the first 2, and then plus 310 after the first 2, and then plus 308 after the straight is 618. You need 152 if the target time is 770. But sometimes there's variation in that starting or the target time. That's why I sometimes restarted. If you have a target time of 668, so minus 2 kilometers, then it means you don't need 152 kilometers through the final gate, but only 150. And 150 through the final gate, I think that is what I had to do now. That is barely just doable. Unless maybe that last corner, I do have to admit, of course, I've seen it much less than the first corners, because often I fail and start over before I see that last corner. So maybe I'm doing that last corner not right, and you can take it quicker, but I highly doubt you can go much faster than 150 through that corner. But anyway, so I just kept at it, and that is also why I didn't do commentary from the start, because often I just had to restart the emulator, stop the episode, discard the footage. And I'm also normally, I try to include even all my fails as much real gameplay, because it is just a blind playthrough. I really, my aim is to 99.999% of what I play I also upload in the playthroughs. That's why some episodes are very long. For example, I think that Nürburgring Invitational Challenge, that is a couple of hours long, I think. But I just put it all in the playthrough. But for this attempt, because I had to restart so many times, and it are like little parts, maybe you have to restart after 5 minutes because you fail, or you cross the finish line not in first, or after 10 minutes. So I have like 50 episodes with 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour, all fails. And I'm just not going to include that in the episode. I'm not going to put 7 hours of failing spread over 50 episodes in the playthrough. So, but up front, I was not sure whether, when I started the recording, whether the successful run would be in it, and whether it would be in the playthrough on YouTube. So that is, there was no use for me doing commentary in each and every attempt or recording, because there was a very big chance that I would have had to discard it anyways, and then it would just be wasted breath. So that is why I only did commentary after finally winning it, and I'm really, really happy with this one, because it's the end of the weekend. I actually enjoyed it. It's quite a fun challenge, but I was not as frustrated as in the earlier or recent episodes with other challenges where I got super frustrated and cursing a lot, etc. But still, I was at it for 7 hours, and it would be very anticlimactic if I had to start the work week not making this. And also then I would have had to, after work, continue with it. And if I play in the weekend, I'm so much more relaxed and focused and in the gaming mindset compared to when I just get off from work. You have to have that. You have that whole work mindset that you have to get rid of. Then you maybe have 1 or 2 hours time to play before you have to start cooking dinner and going to bed, etc. So and then having to do a super hard challenge like this, probably I would not have made any progress. So then it would have had to wait for next weekend. So I'm really, really happy that this worked out. And it's weird to say, but quicker than I expected. It was 7 hours, but all right, let's watch the replay quickly. Man, I'm happy. Sound of the car is amazing. If you make any mistake mid-corner, you have to start over. There is no way here to correct without losing too much time. Man, so epic. New York track, COK DTM, such an epic game. Epic, epic, epic. Epic. Alright, so here I always stop and start calculating. Check out those cool New York buildings, so epic. To see whether I could make it. And anything basically above 151, 152 is not doable. Check out the smoke, burning tires. And over here I really got quite nervous because I only had like 4 minutes left. So really at one point I really had to make the successful attempt. And really getting to, I think I needed only 150 kilometers to make the target time. But yeah, here, check out Subway to the right. It's so cool, those real life brands. But that 150, instead of 152 or something that I need to do, 150 really didn't happen that often. I only had it like once or twice before, that I only needed to get 150. So, and I think one time I had a little bit more, 151 or so, and then I passed the finish line only half a second over the target time. So I knew if I had to do 151 and I was half a second too slow, that I did 150.5 kilometers. So I knew that slightly above 150 was possible. But getting that opportunity here in that final speed trap with only 150 that you need to do really didn't happen that often. It was often 153, 154, and that is just not doable this corner, at least not for me. Man, I'm so happy with this one. This is what old school games do. They're so brutally hard, but they do give that sense of accomplishment that you hardly find in modern games, because they're all dumbed down and foolproof. This really sounds like a Merc V8. That really low angry rumble. Check out also, this is good to see the damage modeling. Quite some scratches on the car. By the way, there is another car, that was my other option. The Lamborghini, I think Diablo. This Merc has like 7 out of 10 acceleration and top speed, and that Diablo has 8 out of 10. But the unlucky thing is, I thought I had also a copy of a save game that I did have it, that I used to swap from these Spike, just before this whole championship started, to swap the Spiker to this Merc. But apparently I deleted it and I emptied my recycle bin, so I couldn't retrieve it anymore. So I do think there's another car, but I don't have the kudos, but I could maybe with arcade races earn some kudos. I could buy a car pack and then get a Diablo, and I think then the race is pretty doable when you have an 8 out of 10 top speed car. But I didn't have the save anymore from before this championship started, so the autosave already was baked into my save with this car, so I couldn't change the car anymore. So even if I could buy the Diablo, I couldn't use it in this event, so to say. So basically that is, yeah, I do like it, but I must not forget before I start events to always make a backup of the save game, because it could very well be that if you you have a car that you think should be competitive and it's actually totally not, and then you can just be locked out of wins of events. And I really want to win each and every event. That's the aim of this playthrough. Not only the championships, but all the individual events as well. And I do find it a little bit weird that Diablo is of course one of those cars, you have to buy those cars. But the cars that I had in my roster, which I would say more people will have something similar like I had when starting this championship. I find it a little bit weird that the car that is the quickest of the ones available, so not a faster car that you still have to buy, but the ones that are actually available. The quickest car from in this case the Mercedes CLK DTM, that car basically is not competitive, because yes, I won it, but I could only win it by a little bit gaming the system, by restarting the race if it would give me an unfavorable too high target time. Like if it would give 775, which it also could give, or 774, I restarted until I got something around 770 or lower. So basically this car is not, you cannot win this race. In the fastest car that was available, you cannot win this event. And I'm not, I do like it. And I'm also not playing the game as it's supposed to be. The game is supposed to be played like you do a championship. You do each race, each event once. You either win or lose. You cannot replay after it finishes. You just go to the next event. And then if you don't get a championship, then next calendar year, season, because it starts over after you finish it, you can do it again. And then maybe you have a better car and then you can do it. So I'm not playing that way. I'm just playing it first come, first serve. Each race that I encounter, I will not stop until I win it, and then I go to the next one, so to say. So I play it very linear, and that is not the way this game is supposed to be played. But yeah, I really have to keep in mind that even the fastest cars available cannot be competitive in certain events if you play it on hardcore. The times are just ridiculously strict. So I really, that's my main luck of playing with the emulator, is that I actually can just make a copy of the save file manually, store it in a folder, and if I need it, if I screw up with the wrong car, I can just load that backup save from before the event, before the game autosaved, and then I can still make a change. So I try not to use that, because I really tried initially to do it with the spiker. I really don't like to just, oh, it's not working, I will just get a faster car. No, I really want to stick to my choice. But with that spiker, almost just like with this Mercedes, but with the spiker for sure, it just wasn't competitive. With the Mercedes, if I had a good run, I could maybe be 1 second, 2 seconds, or sometimes even only half a second above the target time. But with the Spiker C8, I was like 40, by the way, not seconds, kilometers. This race, the targets are total kilometers, it's not time based. But in the C8, I had a gap of 40 kilometers, so that was for sure not doable, and that is why I made the choice to just swap cars, because it was for sure not winnable. So for those instances, I really will try my best to just do it with the car that I selected, even if it is ridiculously hard, because that is also what I love about this game, even though it frustrates me to my very, very core. I really like this old school challenge, but in this game, and that is really different from other games, even if they're super hard, there is almost always a possibility to win if you just get good. But in this game, it's not. If you bring the wrong car to the wrong event, you can just be locked out of a win. And for those instances, I really want to have those backup saves. So happy with that. By the way, look at that building, that brown building, and the one all the way to the left. It really, somebody I read somewhere saying, yeah, the environments look almost photorealistic if you're whizzing by. And I was like, yeah, no, this is an Xbox 360 game. That's not the case, right? But it is indeed the case. It almost looks photorealistic. That building with the red windows and that red orange building or brown, whatever it is, to the left. And then also these, what I assume is a park or something, those pillars, they also look so real. Philips, Sanyo, also all the Subway, all the real brands and on the buildings. It really is such a cool game. The environments, the cities, they are just amazing. The only thing is I did have to enable FXAA because in the emulator there really was a lot of jaggies and aliasing. I would have preferred to play that maybe on the Xbox 360. I really wonder how the upscaling there from 720p is, or if there is any upscaling, but how the aliasing and jaggies is, whether that is better, because that is really a little bit much on the emulator, although with FXAA it's perfectly fine. It's basically only the cars. If you look in the environments, there is no jaggies whatsoever. So, but on the other hand, I'm also glad that I'm playing it with the emulator because that allows me to play it the way I want to play it. So really win each and every race as they come by, not continue to the next one until I win it. Because that would not be possible without that safe backup possibility. And I think if you play it on the Xbox 360, I don't think you can just copy over an older backup save that you made. It is just an autosave system, and once it autosaves, that is what you have to deal with. So yeah, a bit mixed emotions. I would like to, or mixed feelings. I would like to, of course, play the real deal on the Xbox 360, but I don't have that console, so I would have to buy the console, etc. Quite some hassle. But at the same time, I'm also happy in the emulator. It looks, I would say, I think in the past I played PGR4. I think the lighting, etc. It all looks pretty much like the console original. So yeah, I'm really ranting on and on. Let's finish the replay. Or not ranting, rambling. There we went. God damn it, man. God damn it, this was crazy. 7 hours. Epic sounds. Epic, epic, epic. Epic car. Alright, let's save this replay. it says final stage. No, this is not the final stage. I think it is, this game is now patched. I installed a patch, so I cannot imagine that it was in the or was there also a race? No, I don't think so. Anyways, I cannot imagine this bug is also in the Xbox 360, so I think it's emulator related. But there is a bug that if you watch a replay, that it often, not always, but sometimes skips the next event. So I was in the second event out of 4, or maybe this is only a 3 event type. No, I'm pretty sure it's 4. I will check that in the, or comment on that in the next episode. Or maybe I can already see that now. I'm just gonna try it. I'm going Windows. I'm gonna load up that spiker. Hey guys. 1 and then this was in the spiker. I'm now looking at my recording. One moment. Yes. It's overtake, then a speed challenge, and then 2 street races. So there for sure is a bug in the emulator that it skips, once you stop watching a replay, it thinks that the next event in the series is already done. So now it says you are in the final event. No, this is not the final event. This should be the 3rd event. And I also had it more often. This is the first time that it happens not in the before last event, because I had it several times happen in the before last event. And what then happens is that you are in the 3rd out of 4 races, you watch the replay, and then it thinks after you stop watching the replay that you completed already the final event, and then you get the ceremony screen like, oh, you won the championship, etc. And that's of course not how you want to win. I want to play fair and square and everything. So what I then do, and I will also do that now here, is just stop the emulator, and then once you restart, then it remembers that previously when it then said, oh, you won the championship, if you then stop and restart the emulator, it says, oh, you are in a championship, you still have to do the final race. But I'm actually not sure how that works with this one, because now the game thinks that we completed the 3rd race. It moves us over to the 4th race. This one, let's say we win this one, that gets auto-saved, I assume. And then what will happen if you then start or restart the emulator? Will it then still see that, notice that missing 3rd race in this event series? I wonder. I have no idea. Probably not. If it autosaves, you just skip a race then, I think. But anyways, I don't want that anyhow. So either way, so I will stop the emulator now, and once I restart it, I'm pretty confident that it will say you are in the 3rd race of the event series, not the final one. So that's a little bit of a bug, which I assume is emulator related. I cannot imagine that this is also in the official Xbox game. Anyways, a lot of rambling from my side. Also because I'm just really a little bit elated after 7 hours winning that speed challenge. We'll continue with hopefully the third race and not the final race of the series in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you there. For the meantime, don't forget, always do keep on gaming. Slater.